Cosmetic Label Design, the complete design guide. Hello everybody, I'm Stefano. As you well know, aesthetics matters. The primary element with which a customer comes into contact immediately is with the design of a certain product. In this case, with the cosmetic labels. There are several factors to consider when designing cosmetics, packaging, and labels. This guide will cover every aspect and give you some ideas for designing quality cosmetic label design worthy of becoming the spokesperson for your products. Here are the points I will address in this video. Number 1, 7 stages of planning for the design. Number 2, choice of material. Number 3, color palette. Number 4, information to be entered. Number 5, printing tests. So let's go together and understand how cosmetic labels are designed. So let's talk about the 7 stages of planning. Number 1, choose the appropriate visual language. The visual language of your cosmetic labels plays a crucial role. Select the one that perfectly reflects your brand or product. The appropriate visual language will convey the right feeling to the end customer. Number 2, define the style of the label. The style of your cosmetic label design will mostly depend on your audience. If you target a younger audience, a more extravagant style will undoubtedly be preferred, while a minimalist label will be the right choice if your target is more elegant. If you have an already known historical brand, you will undoubtedly want to follow a more traditional style. In contrast, modern cosmetic manufacturers have the advantage of indulging themselves with their imagination. This will lead them to design custom labels for eye-catching cosmetics. It is essential to know how to dare but always remain faithful to your brand. Number 3, choose the right images. Once you've defined the basic design of your cosmetic labels, it's time to move on to choosing which images to use. My advice is to insert images that can represent the uniqueness of actual product. Dig deep and identify the elements that make you unique on the market, such as your ingredients, the smells, the perceived value of your actual products or production techniques. Number 4, determine the shape and size of the label. It's time to choose the shape and size of your cosmetic label design. Choose from a standard label shape and size or something custom that can make your bottle stand out. Obviously, this depends very much on the actual bottle or container that you chosen. You can choose to have a separate label for the front, where all the design and graphic elements and the brand and logo are, and a more technical label on the back, so that you can change the technical label when required, or the front label and vice versa. For example, if you change some ingredients, you will just have to reprint your back labels, or if you want to try a new market and try a new design but the actual ingredients are the same, you can then only reprint the front label. Otherwise, you can go for the route of a single label. This will be more cost efficient. You can go for a wraparound label. Number 5, choose the legible characters and fonts. The right font can help you communicate the right message and build your brand personality. You will be tempted to use more creative and imaginative fonts, but all your efforts will be in vain if legibility is not guaranteed, which is extremely important. Choice of material and colors. Let's talk about paper. The material must also be in line with the brand and reflect the main characteristics to be communicated to the consumer. For a brand which stands out for its eco-sustainability and natural ingredients, it will therefore be possible to choose from a wide range of natural, wet-strength papers, from marked paper to laid papers or cotton, which are labels made of actual cotton fibers that also tactfully return the idea of simplicity and respect for the environment. On the contrary, if you're looking for something more impactful and avant-garde, you can choose unusual papers which evoke premiums and modernity. The most straightforward choice in this case could be a glossy or matte coated paper, but you can also choose other materials such as silver metallic paper and print it with matte white and other shiny colors, or transparent polypropylene, which will give your product a no-label look. Let's talk about colors. In choosing the color, it is necessary to pay attention to 3 main factors. Choose a color palette that is in line with the personality of the brand. The color must be able to attract the attention of the potential consumer from a distance, and also you need to stand out from the competition. So one very clever analysis that you need to do is to watch for where your products will end up. Like for example, an online store, even the packaging there will be reflected because people will make picture of it. So, or also seeing it on shelves of a supermarket or other kinds of stores. In a highly competitive market such as cosmetics, particular attention must be paid to this last point, which is sometimes underestimated. Suppose the cornerstones of your brand are eco-sustainability and respect for raw materials. In that case, green is a color that undoubtedly recalls health and nature and could therefore be considered. However, the choice could also fall on soft and pastel colors that evoke delicacy and at the same time are original compared to the competition. You can choose bold and lively tones for a young and modern product. If, on the other hand, you have in mind a label of simplicity and elegance, you can't go wrong with black and white, possibly adding touches of glamour with a silver or copper finish. Information to be entered. Number 1. Comply with the labeling requirements proposed by regulatory bodies. Each country has its own regulatory body, which decides the labeling requirements for cosmetics, which every cosmetic company must adhere to. In the United States, there is the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. In Italy, there is the Ministry of Health. Each country is equally regulated by their respective regulatory bodies. So, the first thing you need to consider as you go about designing the labels for your cosmetic products is to adhere to the regulation directed by your country's regulatory body for cosmetics labeling. Number 2, declaration of identity or product identity. The Declaration of Identity or Product Identity, commonly known as the Principal Display Panel or PDP, is the essential part of the label. The order of identity is the name of your product together with the net weight of the product, which you must insert on the front of the cosmetic product package, and the common name of the product, the type, eyeliner, soap, cream, etc. Number 3, net content or net weight. The net product content shows the quantity of the product. For your solid or semi-solid products, the net content must be in terms of weight, and for liquid products, the net content must be mentioned in terms of volume, for example, 8 ounces. Make sure you place the net content at the bottom of the front label. The net content should not be higher than actual content nor lower than the actual content. Number 4, information panel. Each cosmetic package should have an information panel including the ingredient declaration, the manufacturer's address, and the warning statement. All ingredients must be declared in descending order, which means that the ingredient with the highest percentage is listed first, then the most relevant rate comes after the number 2, etc. Number 5, warnings. Warnings must necessarily be mentioned on some cosmetics, such as deodorant sprays, cosmetic aerosols, products containing alpha hydroxy acids, etc., to prevent any danger to consumers' health, especially for some products that contain flammable contents under pressure, such as product spray. The warning statement must be mentioned so that it is prominent and easily legible at the same time of purchase. Printing tests. Let's talk about printing tests. Proofing of your cosmetic label design is essential, especially if you are about to launch a new cosmetic product on the market and want a selective test that allows you to make an informed decision. And also if you want to compare two different ideas and how they will look in the final result. Let's see what are the advantages of the cosmetic label design printing proof. It reduces testing costs. It finds errors in your design files. It gives you the opportunity to find the right color combinations. It gives you the opportunity to test the extra machining and costs. Allows you to choose the suitable materials. The cosmetic label printing test allows you to touch a faithful reproduction of the label on the paper or plastic material that you will use in production in future processes. Our packaging experts will be happy to advise you on the most suitable way to make a print test for a cosmetic label design. The advice is completely free. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and this guide about cosmetic labels. If you did, remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos about design. I'm Stefano, and as always, love you all. Ciao!